Alright guys, welcome to the first CC cheat sheet. This is going to be for the qualifying event for TGC Tours, and this is where we go over course management, any kind of skills that you might be looking for. So today we're going to be playing Combe Point, the championship course, the host of the qualifying event for TGC Tours. If you do not know what TGC Tours is, go check out Respawn's channel. He has a really great video on TGC Tours, so go watch that, then come back here and watch this. What we're going to play today, though, is the back tees pin set 1, and then default conditions, which are firm, and medium fast greens. I don't know the conditions yet. I think the weather report's coming out today, but it really doesn't matter. You will have a round, I'm sure, on all the faults. And then we're playing medium winds from the northeast. Just a random wind direction. All right, here we go. First tee. Just get one into the fairway, hopefully. A little push should be absolutely fine. On the left side, it's going to give us an eagle chance. Everything runs. You got to hit one a little short here. I think I might partial this and put some spin on it. I honestly don't mind if we leave this short in the fairway. My swing is not good this morning, unfortunately. Okay, just trickles on, and this is about the best eagle putt you can get here, actually. So it works out. We actually lost a touch of distance because of that poor swing. It gives us a chance, though, to make an eagle. That's going to turn out low. It's a good effort. Take the tap and birdie. Yeah, this is qualification practice. I just wanted to get a video out for YouTube showing the course off. And for anybody that's, looking to play it, they'll have something to watch beforehand. All right, good swing. We lay this one up. I think going into that choked area is dangerous. I mean, you can definitely do it. It gives you a much better chance if you hit it for making your birdie, but I think the safe play is just to lay back and take a shot at this pin with a mid iron. No, you're good, dude. You're good, man. I would never ignore you. That is just rude. All right, we hit a shit shot, honestly. A little bit of a push, but we leave it center green. It's up the hill. It is a birdie chance. We hit it well. Is it going to turn over there? Yes, it does. All right. All right, we're 2 for 2. We haven't played particularly well, I wouldn't say. The swing hasn't been there, but we're still scoring. Maybe we'll warm up and be okay by the time the end of this thing rolls around, but okay. We're up 9 feet, helping wind. 6 iron's too much. I don't have a 5 iron in the bag. I'm gonna try to run a 4 iron up there with just a little bit of a partial. There's a good swing. We underswung it by 2%. This will bounce hard off this fairway, though. And all the way past the hole as well. If we had landed that like 2 yards further onto the green, we probably just trickle up this side of the hill. But because we hit the fairway, we end up behind the green. Or behind the hole, rather. I shorted it. Thank God, if we hit that the right pace, it doesn't go in. So we get lucky. 3 for 3. 3 for 3, and we haven't really played a hole the way we wanted to yet. Good morning, Tag. How you doing, man? All right, we're gonna on this hole. I think it's worth it to hit power drive. You can use this hill to bounce you back into the fairway. Obviously, it requires a pretty good shot, but it's a big push, and that is not a good shot. Well, it's a 3-shotter now. More than likely. We actually get a good lie, though. I don't think 3-wood out of there is not a good idea, but I think I'm okay hitting 2 iron. You might run up to the front of the green here as well. That came out so far to the right. Just don't plug. Get a kick. It's a good kick. It's been a video of luck so far. Leave ourselves in spinner range, which I don't love. I don't love the spinner. It's a good shot and all. I'd prefer personally not to hit it if I don't have to. Unfortunately, I do have to here, but this should be fine. And we're going to tap in another birdie. On another hole, we did not play particularly well. So there's scores to be had on this course, even without playing good golf, really, because I've hit maybe one perfect this entire round. I've been in the rough, and you can still score. So this one, we don't want to take driver. It's 3-wood. If it funnels down the hill, it does. If not, I don't. It's whatever. It doesn't really matter to me. My goal isn't to get it down to the bottom of this hill. It's just a bonus if it does go down there. So you hit the center of the fairway. There's a lot of fairways like that, where you hit an okay shot and the result's not going to match it. Because B101 lives to piss everybody off. You got to just work through that frustration of some of the bounces you might get out of the fairway here. Alright. Out of the rough, this should run a little bit. I still expect this to be pretty short, though. Didn't hit this as hard as I needed to. Yeah, Tag, this is the Combe. Yes, sir. This is the qualifying course. Up the hill to the left. Up 5 inches. You're going to want to extend this putt. Probably, a couple percent at least. Trying to make sure you give it a nice firm strike. I don't think we've held the line. Yeah, we moved it. We moved it just back one click, and it was enough to miss that putt. But it's a par. We couldn't go on forever making birdies when we didn't deserve it, right? So 4 under through 5. So this is a long par 4. Gotta have a good shot here. Gotta hit a fairway. Honestly, if you need to take 3-wood to hit that fatter part of the fairway, and then take 3-wood into the green, just go ahead and do that. Hit the fairway, and then make a par. You don't have to make birdie on this hole. A birdie on this hole is a bonus. I think I'm actually going to play it even a little safer out to the left. So I'm not sure about this foot lie. I was right about the foot lie. It was straight, but I got a little worried that the ball was just slightly under my feet. I didn't want it to bounce off the side of the green. It gets a great kick off the fairway. Rolls right over the hole. Nearly goes in. Left with the tricky putt. I didn't hit it. And when wow, we get lucky. We underswung that and needed more pace. We're very lucky that lips in. 5 under through 6, we don't deserve it. Hopefully when the real qualifying comes around, I get the kind of breaks I've got today. This hole is drivable under certain conditions, but not today, so I think we lay all the way up. We find the fattest part of the fairway, and then you just hit the ball out there. You take a wedge in, and you call it a day. There's no need to do anything stupid on this hole. Also, don't want to be long here, so I'm willing to be a little bit short. Yeah, it's going to be a little shorter than I wanted even. But you don't want to end up in that collection area down there. It's a tricky, with this pin at least, that collection area is trickier to get up and down from. I mean, you can do it with super flop, obviously, but you don't have a chance to make your birdie. And I'm looking, if I'm just off the green, I'm looking to chip and make my birdie still. Yeah, tough putt. So it's a drivable hole. We make a par. We don't hit a good wedge shot in there. We played it a little too safe, and that's probably just on me being too safe there. Not probably. It's definitely on me for being too safe there. All right, trickier pin. You're going to want to miss to the right if you do miss. I don't know that this gets there. Maybe if a little If I help it just a little bit, maybe it does. Perfect shot should be at the pin, and then my miss is a push, so I should be left of the... Should be right of the pin. Or right on line. And I do hit that little bit of push. There's no way that rolls out that much. It's a 9-iron, bud. 9-iron, bud. They are firm, but we're going to extend this putt out a bit. There's no way that misses. Jesus. Everything that went good at the beginning is going poor here. We started missing putts. We hit a good shot in there. Deserved a birdie, didn't get it. But I guess, you know, what goes around comes around, right? We get what we deserve. That's a poor swing, but I think we're going to get away with it. Yeah. Not a good swing, and honestly, it needed a bigger partial. We get away with one there. We did not want to take that whole fairway on, but we did. It was a little further downhill than I thought it was. This is downhill 25. The wind is into us a little bit. I think I'm just going to take a couple % off of this. I think the wind will hit this harder than you might think. Let's find out. Yeah, we got the distance right. We didn't get the aim right. But it's 13 feet. I don't think most people will complain about a 13-foot birdie putt. We do make the putt. We're back on the birdies. We move on. 6 under front 9. So that's a good front 9. What are we going to need to make plat? It really depends on what they make the conditions. But I think for me, if you're trying to make plat, it's probably like a 12 under on average. So like 48 on par might get you there. 48 to 50 under. If you're looking for just like a mid CC, I feel like you could probably shoot, you know, 20 under par. Will get you like somewhere in CCC, something like that. Up 15. You know, I think this will reach. So don't stress if you start making a bunch of pars or you're at or around par. Just know there's a ton of CC divisions, guys. You don't have to stress to make your birdies. Just find your way under par and you'll probably find your way into a division. And then you just work on your game from there. All right, we'll make another decent putt. Didn't break as much as the lines showed it probably would, but it lips in there. So we got no complaints. That's a long shot. It's down 33. Do have a backstop. Do you want to really land this onto the green? So you have a better chance at stopping it. A little bit of push. Probably going to lose us a little distance. See if this has enough to get up there. Should be pretty good. It hits the fringe. We have a backstop here. I don't think it'll come back. It does a little bit. That's a... I mean, without using full loft and spin, there's not much more you can do with that. You just have... You either have to land it on the fairway, which is kind of sloping you downhill, which is going to push you even harder to the hole. Or you have to be where I am and make a putt. And we do make that putt. It's up. It's in. It's 8 under par, I think. Playing good golf, 8 under through 11. All right, this is another one where the fairway is really tight, but it's angled in a way that you could hit it. Or you can lay back to here and take like 120 yards in. I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to try to take this fairway on. Well, I push closed it. It's going to need a bounce, which does get. We're very lucky. That was not a good swing. But everything does slope you back into the fairway, so maybe the play is just hit driver. Just make sure you miss on the left side, not the right. Big pull. Is it going to stay? We get away with it again. The theme of the day. We've got away with some pretty average shots. You know, besides those couple holes stretch there, between like, I think 6 and 8, we've putted really well. We putted our way out of the bad shots we've hit in. There we go. We got it back. It was only 99%, but apparently I'd pulled the trigger back because we got a perfect. 9 iron in. It's a pretty big green, pretty accessible green. You're hitting a 9 iron in. I think we just bring this back a little bit. Based on the last 9 iron we hit, it rolled out a little bit further than you would have thought. So we're going to take a little off of this. It's, again, not a great swing, but this will bounce hard off the fairway and probably roll too. Yeah. You got to hit the green. Like when they're firm like that, you can't be landing the ball in the fairway. You lose all your spin. Again, left ourselves a tricky putt. Let's see if we can bail ourselves out of another really average shot. Even with a giant pull, we leave it high. And it's just a par. All right, we're 130 down 8. The wind is into us. This is too long. I don't want to leave it short though. So I'm actually gonna accept the fact that this is probably a couple yards long. Great swing. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's kind of a tricky pin. You don't want to be short or right or too far left. We almost did get too far left. There's a very small landing area there, even though it's a short hole. Depending on the wind, that could be a tricky one. Ah! We lip it out. Not enough pace. Just needed a touch more. Needed 1 more percent. Back-to-back pars. We do have a par 5 coming up, though. See if we can't make ourselves an eagle. All right, so this is where it's not a super long hole. This fairway is jacked up completely. Like, there's so many spots you can land and get a bad bounce. You just hope you find a good spot is basically hit and hope. There's not really much strategy to this at all. Try to find somewhere in the center and hope you don't bounce off of it. And we don't. We get a couple good bounces and rolls. In the fairway. We've got a 2 iron in with the wind against us. I don't mind this at all. Just going to loft it just ever so slightly. We're going to hit a big pull, which I felt. And we're going to probably end up... Yeah, I was going to say, it really depends on this bounce. There's a slope there that helps you, but if you get too far past it, you end up in that collection area. Again, we get a nice bounce. Extend this putt up. Give it a good hard... we hit it through the break. That 3 degree didn't do anything on the push. They don't really push your ball offline until, you know, way over 3%. So, all right, we got a drivable hole. It's up 11. I think we actually gonna hit power drive here. Try to clear this thing. We hit a great shot. This is likely off the back of the green. But no, it's going to use the slope. It'll feed right back down. It's going to be a very long eagle putt, but we are on the green, so we'll take it. Although, to be fair, sometimes you'd almost rather a chip, and this is one of those times. This is a really, really difficult putt. See what happens. It's going to release down there, but I don't know when this ball stops. Wow, it slowed way down. It's a pretty good lag putt. All right, it's a good birdie. So we take it. It's 11 under par. Let's see if we can't get to 12. Let's see, let's not be too lofty with our expectations. So it's down 26. The wind is going to play a little bit more because it's downhill. I'm going to actually just de-loft this, try to get out of this wind a little bit. I know the wind's not super strong, but little pull. I don't know if we left ourselves enough green for that pull. Ah, that's so short. That's crazy. That was like a 7 mile an hour wind, something like that. And that played that much. It's crazy.
So it looks like it has a little bit of a break to the left.
It's going to break. It is not going to break. We hit it through that break once again. Those straightish putts are the hardest ones to make, guys. I would much rather step up to a putt that has break the entire way than walk up to a putt that has no lines moving or very little bit of movement in the lines. All right, so it's another longer par 5. As long as you can clear this bunker, I think this part of the fairway is pretty safe. Little push just to be safe. It does bounce back at the rough, but luckily it slows down. I can see a lot of players getting annoyed with the fairways on this course. They're going to cause some problems for sure. We have a nice helping slope to the left. We're going to aim it right at that slope. If we hit a little bit of pull, that slope will help us. We hit it good though, so the wind should help us here. And we should be in an okay spot. It's going to be a little bit long, it looks like. Yeah, pretty good shot. We drop it in there. It's a good round, right? 12 under par. The thing is, we didn't have our swing for the first half of the round. We didn't manage the course very well at times, even though this was a course management video. But we fought through it. We made some putts. That kind of shows you how you cannot be all the way on and still score your way around the course. We didn't make any stupid decisions. We made no bogeys. We didn't put ourselves short-sighted in any really bad spots. So hopefully this helps, guys. Good luck in your qualifying event this weekend. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. If you want any videos tailored to a specific skill set, please let me know. I'll do my best to help out. So